You were saying about the education.
Oh yeah, and for the other side, for the education side, I do a drink that's basically like this. I essentially pull a very extreme extraction of espresso. The goal that I had for this year was like, I've been doing this for years, and I wanted to not be scared shitless when I went up there. Like, that was the goal. And the last routine that I did, or the last run that I did in the semis, I wasn't. I mean, the whole routine, I'm splitting the table into two sections, and one's sort of the, you know, for lack of a better word, hospitality side, and the other side is the education. Where the distinction is, I think, is up for debate. So I make a signature drink for each side, and for the hospitality side, it was just the, here's the drink, please enjoy. I try to do something like approachable, I try to do something that's just rich and delicious and simple. So I make what's a red velvet cake, which is essentially chocolate, ice cream, and the Bolivia Takesi, which is a pretty acidic espresso. Coffee is from Bolivia, it's from a farm called Takesi. It comes from a really high elevation, which is sort of the initial intriguing quality of it. But it's pretty much everything that I love about espresso, or what espresso can be.
You were saying about the education.
Oh yeah, and for the other side, for the education side, I do a drink that's basically like, I pull a very extreme extraction. I do it really, really long, and the flavors are, you know, they're strange to some extent. They're very minerally and tart, and you know, one thing that, you know, doing a lot of signature beverages or thinking about it a lot, you sort of, everybody I think goes into it thinking about espresso in the same way as they do with their espresso, you know? Like, I want it to be tasty, and then those are the flavors. But the second you start mixing it with things, and this is true for caps as well, it becomes an ingredient. And just I enjoyed the idea of like making that ingredient very different than what my espresso was initially. So I have that really long extraction of the Takesi, and I mix it with an infusion of citra hops. So it's just really clean, and it's really tasty. You know, like, this is my third year doing it, and there's people who've done it for many more years than me. You know, there's a progression, but throughout that whole progression, you're learning things, and that is the merit to what we do here, is that we get a lot out of it. Oh yeah, thank you, Zach.